round number 1, Space Force gets approved.
And can I say something before we really get into it? Space Force, I am going to put Space Force on a temporary 1-year suspension from ZBT.
Why?
We are not going to recognize them until they earn it. It's just like Boots. You have to have a little hazing. We're going to have podcast hazing where Space Force members are not allowed to. We're not going to have any rounds about the Space Force for a year.
Well,
all right.
Okay. Well, there goes round
That
number 1.
sounds like no fun.
Cool. Round number 2. Let's see.
No, keep going. Let's
Frozen
go.
Body.
We'll let him
No,
in. We'll let
care
him
about
in.
the Space Force, so I don't care about the Space Force.
No,
Let's make it
keep
effective
going.
2020 so we could get the round.
I
done
was
in
very
2019.
excited. I thought we'd get cool T-shirts. I thought we got fun songs.
What's
Okay,
the Space Force?
I take it back. Maybe I overreacted. Let's get going. What do
Mm.
we got for the Space Force, Kate?
Well, I wrote a song about it.
Let's hear it.
Well, so here's the thing. There's a lot of new, if you're a business-minded person and there's a new military branch, you say, how do I get in on this?
Yes.
You know, I'm a uniform company. I'm going to pitch the new uniforms for the fucking Space Force.
Yes.
I'm a this, I'm a that. Well, I said, what are my skills? I can sing and I can dance. And I said, that will be the new, like, the military has a song for every branch. Like,
Yes.
what's the Army's?
The Army goes rolling along.
The Army goes rolling along. The Marine Corps, from
Marine
the
Corps hymn.
halls of we have. So Space Force needs a song. I said I'll be the first to hop in there.
All right.
And I tweeted at the DOD. I'm like, wrote a little song for you about the Space Force, and this could be their official Space Force song. Hit it, Bren. Space Force, out of this atmosphere. Space Force, there ain't no gravity up in here. Space Force. If you forget your stupid gear, your whole body gets sucked into an evil wormhole. Space Force, that's right, you know I joined the Space Force. Steven, I'm out of your orbit now. Space Force, hear that, I hope you're happy. Steven, you broke my fucking heart, and I hope that I get sucked into an evil wormhole. And that you feel bad about it forever and ever. Space Force. Okay, so that's the song, and it has nothing to do with the breakup that I went through with a man named Steven. So, but basically, the Senate voted overwhelmingly on Tuesday to pass a $738 billion with a B defense policy bill that creates Trump's Space Force and gives federal employees 12 weeks of paid paternal leave, sending it to the White House, where Trump has promised to quickly sign it into law. So the Space Force is part of this huge bill that went through, but there's a lot of other interesting stuff in it too. But they voted 86-6 in favor of the National Defense Authorization Act to bring this Space Force into life. Who are the eight wet mops?
Seriously.
I'm sure Chaps was
Probably
one of them.
libertarians. They
Chaps-
don't vote yes for anything.
Chaps
honestly.
probably dressed up like a politician and went over there and said, "No, I don't like the Space Force." Bleh."
I probably would have.
Yeah, probably. But
Redundancy.
basically, as one of the few pieces of major legislation Congress passes every year, the NDAA becomes a large vehicle for a range of policy measures, as well as setting everything from military pay levels to which ships or aircraft will be modernized, purchased, or discontinued. This year's legislation included a 3.1 pay increase for the troops, the first ever paid family leave for all federal workers, the creation of the Space Force, the first new branch of the U.S. military in more than 60 years, and a top military priority for Trump. So, hey, 3.1 pay increase. Get in, bitches. We're going shopping.
Hell yeah.
That's exciting. But
It's
yeah,
also bullshit because you know the Space Force is going to have some badass barracks. Their
Yep.
chow halls are going to be unbelievable.
Yep.
It's just another thing to put the Marine Corps down another notch.
It's gonna be
why
the Air
can't-
Force
Why
on
can't we get our
steroids.
own branch? Like, you didn't even... why keep including us in the Department of the Navy? Just give us our own department. Like, we've been around since 1775. We fucking deserve to have our own department by now. Space Force jumps in and they get one right away? Well, by being a fucking boot? That's
I
like
know.
starting somebody that just because they're on the team. You got to earn it, pal. Even if you're the number one pick overall, you got to earn it.
I love
Chaps
Space
is
Force.
salty.
I love Space Force right away. I loved Space Force
I
the second
hate
I
'em.
saw it. From
They're
across
my
the room.
last.
The first time Space Force's little beady little eyeballs looked into mine, I said, "I love Space Force. I want to be on it."
And how do you start it up? What are you gonna? You're gonna have like a
Oh my
you
God.
enlist
He's
and then
so negative.
Please, we
the
get a
next
new
second
military
you
branch.
enlist and all of a sudden you're the sergeant major of the Space Force. How the fuck is that gonna go? And don't tell me that they're going to be bringing people from other branches of service. Imagine a Marine just jumping into a space uniform. No,
If
thank
that
you.
doesn't get
So-
you wet in the britches, I don't know what
I
does.
think
I don't know what you're upset about. That's
I think
hot.
they're going to have to take people from the other branches starting from
Right,
scratch.
it's going to be like an expansion draft.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll definitely recruit new people, but there's definitely going to be, some cherry picking from the Army, the Air Force, the Marines for sure.
If I was in charge of recruiting, hot people only. Space
Space Force.
gotta be
Nothing
but
hot.
good looking.
Air Force is gonna be so jealous.
Yeah. What would you design there? Oh, what if what if all their government buildings had those things that you put in kids' bedrooms that it's like those glow in the dark moons and stars every time you walk
Tape 'em to
down,
the
it's just
ceiling.
space stuff
For
all
sure.
everywhere. Or what color camis? I think you got to go black camis with like
Silver,
almost
dude.
like dandruff flakes all over it, so it'll look like stars.
Like little speckles of white.
Like a cosmic, like blue-green.
Yeah.
Or they like sparkle and things like that. I think you got to have some type of cosmos in your uniform.
Oh, it's got to be metallic all the way,
Mm.
and like a fluffy metallic.
Yeah. They're probably going to need their own academy, too.
Oh my God, the Space Force Academy.
If they get an academy, I am super out on them. I swear to God.
Oh my God, what
Yo,
if
it's
we,
probably going to be somewhere awesome, too, like San Diego.
Cons, you might get replaced by some Space Force Academy.
Cons, what
officer.
if they asked you to come teach at the Space Force Academy? Would
What
you
an
leave?
honor that would be. What an honor. I'd have to seriously consider that.
Oh my God, playing football for Space Force? Forget it. Forget it. Oh, what a treat.
Man.
Have
You
we
know what?
changed
If
your
they
mind?
if they do play, they should be able to play. If you have like the Space Force Academy, they should be able to play with that old Nerf ball with the tail that you could throw like 120
The vortex.
yards.
Yep,
The vortex.
Yeah.
for sure.
I think that's only fair.
I agree.
Wow,
Man,
can't wait now. I'm
I'm
jazzed for the Space
so
Force.
excited for the Space. Chaps, did we change your heart? Did we?
No, I hate those
Oh
bitches.
my God. All right. Well, I'm
Bunch of
super
fucking
in.
pussies over there.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move on to round 2.
I genuinely got upset at you for not liking the Space Force from the beginning. I was legit butthurt. I was like, he doesn't like the Space Force?
What
I
a
was
stick in the mud.
I know. I was like genuinely upset.
The Coast Guard just grew on me over the last year. I would have said the same
Oh
thing
my
about them
God.
too.
All right.
I think
All right, let's
Chaps is
move
just
on.
a little bummed out because he
Here
doesn't
we
have a
go.
palm hat on.